Hello and welcome. This is a gentle bedtime story, a story of healing, of softness, of remembering who you truly are, beneath all the noise of the day. As you listen, there is nothing you need to do, no effort, no focus, just the simple act of letting your breath rise and fall as the world grows a little quieter around you. And now, we drift into the story of Alex and the journey that brought him back home to himself. Alex sat at the edge of his bed, phone glowing in his hand, city lights blinking outside the apartment window. His day had been like countless others. Emails, deadlines, back-to-back meetings. Nothing terrible, nothing wonderful, just fine. From the outside, his life looked perfectly stable. He worked at a respected company, earned a steady income, lived in a clean, orderly apartment. But inside, there was an ache, a sense that something had been misplaced. Something soft, something essential. Late at night, when the city quieted, that ache grew louder. That evening, as he scrolled through messages and notifications, one unfamiliar email caught his eye. It was from Aunt Rosa. He hadn't heard from her in years. Curious, Alex opened it. Her message was warm, simple, and sincere. Dear Alex, I've moved back to the old coastal village. The house by the sea is open again, and the garden is growing. If you ever need rest, or just a little quiet, come stay with me for a while. You are always welcome. With love, Rosa. Alex read the email twice, his chest loosening in a way he didn't expect. He could almost smell the old house, lavender, warm bread, and the faint, salty breeze from childhood memories by the shore. The door is open, she wrote. Come stay with me for a while. A soft, truthful thought surfaced inside him. I need to go. He didn't reply immediately. He simply placed the phone beside him, lay back, and let the image of the sea carry him into sleep. In the following days, the thought of the sea kept pulling gently on Alex's heart. Finally, one evening, after a long day that left him drained, he replied, Dear Aunt Rosa, I would love to visit if the offer still stands. Could I stay for a few weeks? Her answer came the next morning. My dear Alex, yes, of course. Come whenever you're ready. I'll meet you at the village station. And so, Alex booked his trip, packed a suitcase, and prepared himself for something he couldn't quite name, but deeply needed. The journey was long and soothing. First, a train leaving the crowded city, then a bus winding through green hills, then a smaller coastal bus with open windows, letting in the scent of the salt air. As the sea finally appeared, vast, quiet, shimmering, Alex felt a soft rippling inside, like a knot beginning to loosen. When the bus reached the tiny village, sunset wrapped the sky in gold. And there stood Aunt Rosa, smiling, arms open. Alex, she said, pulling him close. You're home. The house was just as he dimly remembered. White walls, blue shutters, and a porch that faced the endless water. Inside, smelled of tea and lemon. Warm, safe. "You must be tired," Rosa said. "Sit, rest. There is no rush here." Alex held the warm cup she placed in his hands, feeling something inside him finally begin to exhale. That night, with the window open and the ocean whispering below, he slept deeper than he had in months. The next days unfolded gently. Morning walks along the shore, salty wind in his hair, the soft hiss of waves, bare feet on cool sand. He helped Rosa in the garden, soil rich and alive beneath his hands, herbs breathing fragrance into the air. "Slowly," she would remind him. "You don't have to rush here. Listen to the plants and to yourself." And in those moments, Alex realized how rarely he slowed down enough to hear anything at all. At night, they shared simple meals on the porch, watching the colors fade across the water. Rosa told stories of her youth, how she chased success in the city, until one day she realized, "I wasn't living, I was performing. So I came back to what was real." Alex felt those words land softly inside him. One night, Alex dreamed he stood at dawn on the quiet shoreline. The sky glowed with soft gold. The water was clear and calm. In the dream, he spotted something glowing beneath the waves. Kneeling, he reached down and lifted a small stone, smooth, warm, shining faintly. On it was a word, return. Return, not to a place, but to himself, to the boy who once loved drawing, to the teenager who once watched clouds for hours, to the man who longed for quiet, but never allowed himself to have it. When he woke, his hand instinctively rested on the center of his chest. "I hear you," he whispered. "I'm coming back." From that morning on, something changed. He breathed differently, moved differently, lived differently. One afternoon, Rosa observed him quietly. "You're softer now," she said. "Not weaker, just more open." Alex smiled. For once, he understood exactly what she meant. When the day finally came to leave the sea behind, Alex stood beside Rosa on the shore. "Thank you," he said quietly, "for all of this." "You did the brave part," she replied. "You chose to stop. Most people never do." As Alex boarded the bus, he carried the sea inside him, the slowness, the softness, the remembering. Back in the city, life remained noisy, busy, full. But he was different. He created a quiet corner in his apartment. He lit candles in the evening. He chose slower mornings. He protected his time, his heart, his breath. He worked with more intention. He rested without guilt. He said no more often, and yes more honestly. And every time the world pulled him back into old patterns, he placed a hand over his chest and whispered the dream's message, "Return." And gently he did. As you lie here, perhaps a part of you recognizes your own heart in Alex's story. Maybe you, too, have been moving quickly for far too long. Maybe you haven't had space to breathe deeply, to listen inward, to soften. Let this moment be your shoreline. Let this breath be your return. In and out. Slow, easy, natural. You don't need to be anywhere else. You don't need to be anyone else. Just here, just resting, just returning to yourself. Let the waves of this story carry you gently towards sleep.